What's up? Welcome back to the check-in. My name is Simon. Hope you guys had a good day. My day is pretty good. I fucking love that today. I feel like this whole week has been great. This whole past 2 weeks have been great. Quick rundown of today. I woke up at 5. Pretty good. I read, I meditated, did a bit of online shopping, then I went to work. And my god, dude. Work was super busy. And all I can kind of remember is I go to work at 7:30. Next thing I know, it's lunch, and after lunch, next thing I know, it's home time. I've just been swamped, right? Obviously, work was pretty stressful today. A lot of shit just went wrong. You know what they say: if it rains, it fucking pours. And today it was pouring. Luckily, my team leader's a goat, so he kind of helped me out a little bit. Yeah, today was a great day. Kind of a little bit bad, but I don't really care about it too much. Gym was good. Today I did legs, core, cardio, front squats. I was meant to do 60 kg 4x10. I'm not gonna lie, kind of kicked my ass. I was gassed out by rep 6, barely squeezed out 8 reps. I did 4x8 in the end. I'm kind of annoyed because I felt like I kind of bitched out, but then in the moment I was super tired, which is okay. Obviously I went to gym late, so I finished late. I literally just finished eating half an hour ago. At the moment it's 10 past 10. So yeah, that was my day today for the most part. Before we talk about something, I bought some stuff and they came in today. Hey, look at this, by the way. This is the packaging, how it came as. I don't know if you can see, it's freaking dented and it's ripped for the most part. It's horrible. I don't know why they didn't patch that bullshit. Anyway, then I bought these little mics, which I'm going to try and be using. It connects to my phone, so hopefully Sunday I'll probably be able to tinker with this shit. I bought something else, I can't remember. But that's the headphones I bought. Mic. Can't remember what's the thing. There was another thing. I can't remember. But anyway. I bought a couple of things, came through. Oh, and I bought this. If you don't know, it's like a reader that you connect to the PC where you can add SD cards and other stuff. I fucked up in the point where I thought I could have SD card on my phone, which I can connect to this to then put on my PC, but I can't. So the audio, I don't know how I'm going to transfer it. I have to figure it out when I get there, which is okay. But today I kind of want to talk about what happened in the gym. There's this guy, no homo, we kind of know each other. You know, we see each other every now and then. We say hi, hello, small talk, whatever. But today was different. Today, it's first started off the same. You know, you do the small talk, you be hi, hello, you just joke around, haha, all this shallow stuff. And then at one point, near end of my workout, he goes, "What are you doing after this?" And I was like, "Cardio? I'm gonna do cardio after this." And he goes, "Yeah, but what are you gonna do after the gym? What you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I just go home, do self-improvement, just work on myself, and that's pretty much it. Read some books, meditate." And he was like, "Oh, what's that? Why did you do that?" And I was like, "Oh, basically, I read books, I meditate because, for the most part, I kind of want to get better as a person." And I have this negative talk in my head to myself, which is not good, which is what I'm trying to get rid of. And I just work on that. And he goes, "Oh, that's good, man. I like that." And then he started talking about himself, where he was like, "Yeah, I go to university now, and I'm studying. I'm kind of learning about investing in money." He goes, "What's your take on that? What do you think?" And in the moment, it was just, I was just talking like a normal conversation. I was like, yeah, recently I've been obviously studying myself as well. I'm kind of new into this, but I've been trying to get into e-com, self-development. And how I used to think of money was when I first got paid. Obviously, you save, you invest in stocks and whatever, and the rest you spend. But now, how I'm thinking is, you want to invest, but you want to invest in yourself first. to learn a skill that you can sell, right? And then if you can do that and get really good, then you won't have to worry about making money. Because at the moment, what we're doing for the most of us, or in my case, is what I told him, is that we make money a certain amount, and all we do is we have that limited amount of money, and then we save and invest in trying to stretch that money out. And the concept really is like, if we can sell something, a product, a skill, whatever it is, then we don't have to worry about the money we make if we're good enough. So we're not stuck with making a salary of 2k a month, let's say. We can then get really good and probably make 6k, 10k, 20k, whatever. The sky's the limit. And then he was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, that's nice way of thinking. That's what he was saying. And we literally just talked about stuff like that. We talked a little bit. I was like, yeah, and then I was like, yeah, but it's actually really scary to, like, invest in yourself. And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, like, I'm just like kind of scared. Yeah. I didn't really get to talk to him about the belief of fear, which is kind of like what I've been trying to talk to myself about for the most part. But like, after this whole conversation happened, I obviously thought nothing of it. Did my abs, did my cardio, came home, and then while I was eating, it just like, came to me in my head. Pause. But how I used to think of conversations is, one, I don't speak to people that much. I'm more of a listener. That I mainly talk to myself in my head, right? So I don't really speak to people that much, or I tend not to like to speak that much, especially about myself. And then obviously, I think a couple of days ago, I was like, I'm really getting good at this, like just having small talk with people, and I thought like, wow, that's a big improvement. And just talking to this guy, and just thinking about what we talked about, it then occurred to me that what I was aiming for is really small. Like, just to have small talk is like a small step. Like, the bigger step would be to be able to have deep conversations with anyone at any point. That would be like the pinnacle for me at the moment of conversations with just anyone. It could be a person on the street just randomly just start talking, and then somehow it goes into like a deep conversation. Obviously, you pick and choose your battles on who you want to have deep conversations with, because obviously you can't spend the whole day just chatting. But I just thought like, I only used to think that a deep conversation like this is either where close friends and family, or you go to these events to have these type of conversations. But he just like opened my eyes to saying like, you can do this anywhere. You can do this with anyone. You don't even have to know them that well to have a deep conversation. You can, on a random street, just be like, hey, what's up? And just start conversating. Obviously, it's a bit scary doing that because you're not used to it. I'm not saying I'm going to just go out randomly talk to people and just have a deep conversation. No. But it just opened my eyes, like, to be open to the idea of to have deep, meaningful conversations with people. And then I was like, then the other thought I had was like, damn, like, I was kind of lucky enough and like prepared enough to have this conversation, just because obviously this whole thing has just been recent. It's been the last 2 weeks that I've been learning, so I have like a teeny bit of knowledge, and I was able to share that, like the smallest bit of knowledge I had with him, which then led me to believe that everything that we do in our lives is a topic of conversation. It is like how I said that identity is what we grab onto. That all these little things that we do are those hands that stick out, and then maybe we're just not brave enough to reach the hand out to talk to people. I don't know if this is true. This is like the image or the thought I had is those people that like to talk a lot. They are the ones that are, I would like to say, trying, but they're the ones that are like throwing all these things out there, right? And for those who don't talk, it's like their opportunity to then grab onto something that they might be interested in, and then you can have like a conversation, and then you can have a deeper relationship with the conversation. So the more you do things, the more you have as ammunition. I don't know how to say that. But obviously, to have deep conversations, you need experience and knowledge for sure. So, things that you're doing, you are gaining knowledge and experience, which is your skill. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's something that you can talk about to someone. For example, for me, like, to me, it's not super interesting, but I go gym. I think it's kind of simple, like lift heavy, do cardio, and then watch what you eat. It's pretty simple, and I do this shit every day. To someone else, that shit might be super interesting. They might just want to have a conversation about all these things like macros and diets and type of workouts and reps and sets and cardio. There's loads of things. Obviously, there's little intricacies and everything. And then it's just that what I think that might be boring to me, I don't want to talk about it. To someone, it might just be like brand new, amazing. Like they might be super interested. I just never thought of conversation like that. I always thought like people talk about interesting things in general, but it's interesting to the receiver because it's new to them, or maybe the where the person says it makes it interesting. I don't know. I'm still figuring out this whole conversations and talking to people. I'm not scared to talk to people. I just prefer not to for the most part because I just like to do my own shit. But I can't just live in my own shell in my head all the time. I'm kind of getting used to talking to just random people. Just obviously I do the little small talk, like hey, hello, how you doing, all that little basic stuff. But the next step might just be, the more people I talk to on a regular, then just trying to strike a little deep conversation, maybe build up a little bond. That might be the next step. It's just a realization, like, me and I don't even know the guy's name. Maybe you said it to me. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't even know his name. All we say is mate, hello, bro, and that's it. And we just had a whole kind of like a deep-ish conversation in the gym before his work shift, after my work. It's just random. And yeah, that just opened my eyes today. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk about. Tomorrow, I will be tinkering with these new gadgets. I don't know if they work well. I don't even know how to edit it, because the recording will be on my phone, the voice. The video hopefully will be on my camera. And how I'm going to mix those two together is beyond. But we'll find out. Anyway, thank you for listening to my rambles today. Strike up a conversation with some random person. Maybe you get to learn something about them. Who knows? Get out of your comfort zone. That's me for today. Hope you guys had a great day. Love you. Good night.